Hello, this is Susan reading to you from the New Bedford Standard Times. Today is Thursday, November the 21st. In weather today, we have rain becoming windier and cooler. A high today of 51 and a low of 43. Tomorrow, expect a couple of showers with a high of 53 and a low of 40. On Saturday, can look for some low clouds breaking and windy with a high of 50 and a low of 39. Sunday, high of 51 and again a low of 39. It will be breezy with partial sun. And on Monday, a high of 54 and a low of 41 with some periods of sun and clouds. On the front page today, strengthening the ecosystem. New Bedford unveils new $3 million space for maritime businesses. By Matthew Ferreira, The Standard Times, New Bedford. The third floor of 1213 Purchase Street, home to a number of tenants, including the co-working space known as Groundwork and the New Bedford Economic Development Council, is being renovated to serve as a space where maritime businesses can operate alongside one another, strengthening the city's ecosystem of ocean-facing businesses. This is a neighborhood that we're really excited about being a part of, said New Bedford Economic Development Council Executive Director Derek Santos at a press conference Monday, mentioning the neighboring New Bedford Research and Robotics Lab and new pedestrian footbridge that's part of the South Coast Rail Project. A diagram mapping out the renovation plans for the city-owned space showed 14 distinct offices for business tenants and shared spaces like a conference room and lobby. NBEDC will facilitate the space, officials said. According to Mayor John Mitchell, the roughly $3 million project, dubbed the Quest Center, is being funded by a 50-50 match between American Rescue Plan grant funds and Vineyard Wind, a partnership between Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners and Avangrid. Santos estimated the project would be complete by the end of summer 2025, but said the speed of construction progress could be dependent somewhat on winter conditions. What will the Quest be? In trying to define the project, Mitchell said it is not an incubator per se. However, it will focus on providing an ideal work situation for maritime-oriented businesses to benefit from working near one another. It is different from what the Innovation Center on the waterfront will be, but it will be for enterprises that are established, enterprises that are new, stuff in between, a place where a lot can happen under very flexible terms in ways that have worked very well in a number of European ports, Mitchell explained. Ultimately, Mitchell said, he hopes the collaborative climate encouraged by the Quest will lead to the kind of growth that creates local jobs. New Bedford Ocean Cluster moving in. One handy neighbor that Quest tenants can count on having more direct access to is the New Bedford Ocean Cluster, which NBOC Executive Director Jennifer Downing said was already in the process of moving into the space. While we've all grown accustomed to working remotely, experienced cluster organizations know that having a physical location, or cluster house as they call it in Iceland, that provides companies a mutual space to set up shop easily, connect, and plug into the business ecosystem is absolutely essential to the cluster organization's success. And it's been really a missing piece for the NBOC since we got launched a few years ago, said Downing. NBOC, as Downing explained, has a similar goal to that of the Quest project, which is to connect people and companies from like sectors and provide the resources necessary so it is easier to do business, get access to resources, and grow. We aim to build on our dominance in commercial fishing, lead the way on offshore energy, break ground in marine technology, and make advancements in aquaculture, Downing said. These four industries and the relationships between them offer enormous potential to create a truly integrated ocean economy and supply chain that can produce thousands of good jobs and new businesses. Mayor John Mitchell, demand for maritime business space in New Bedford already exists. Asked if there was already a wait list for tenants trying to get into the Quest, Mitchell said, "We haven't really advertised it. I think it's fair to say we do get inquiries from offshore wind and other maritime businesses looking for space. That happens all the time, and so I think this will open up those opportunities," Mitchell said. Are there offshore wind concerns around a Trump presidency? Asked if there were concerns for what President-elect Donald Trump's second term could mean for the offshore wind industry, Mitchell said, "I think it'd be less than honest if we said we weren't concerned about it." Trump has spoken frequently during the campaign against wind energy, saying he would end projects immediately. "My own take on it is that it will likely be a slowdown but not a stop," Mitchell said. And so, for us here in New Bedford, what that implies is that we've got to keep going. Mitchell also said that new industries often take many years, decades even, to establish themselves. We're in a former textile school that was built in the 1890s, and the textile industry in New Bedford started in the 1840s with the construction of the Wamsutta Mills, Mitchell pointed out. These things happen in fits and starts, so for us, we play the long game. Others who spoke at the conference on Monday, held on the third floor of 1213 Purchase Street, were Vineyard Wine CEO Klaus Mueller and Avangrid Chief Development Officer Ken Kimmel. And accompanying the story is a photograph of the meeting led by the Mitchell, and it is captioned, "Mayor John Mitchell speaks at the Quest Center on Purchase Street in New Bedford, which will become the Quest, New Bedford's enterprise hub, with support from Vineyard Wind." In another story, beloved eatery to close after 53 years by Faith Harrington, The Standard Times, New Bedford. Known for its quick service breakfast and lunch, Your Dog Mill has been a staple in New Bedford since 1971. Customers rave about their affordable prices and delicious food with a Portuguese flair, especially their mouth-watering kale soup. Unfortunately, the restaurant, owned by Phil Morego at 847 Kempton Street, is joining the list of local restaurants shutting their doors. The news of their closure follows a string of large hits to the greater New Bedford food scene, including the losses of Carmine's at Candleworks, Mimi's, Dough Company, and Rustico. Phil wants everyone to know how much the laughs, love, and friendship over the years have meant to her, said her niece Kathy Plord. The community is her heart. It is a rarity that she didn't know you or have something to talk to you about. Everyone has been a part of our family for so long. A letter to cherished customers, family, and friends. In a letter to her beloved customers, Phil wrote, "For over 50 years, we have been blessed to share food, friendships, and memories with the great city of New Bedford and the South Coast residents. We have been a part of your lives as you have been ours, as we have watched our children grow into teenagers, then adults, and some even parents themselves. Over the last 24 years, many things have changed in life," she continued. However, the love I feel for all of my customers who are truly friends and are part of my heart is unwavering. I have enjoyed and been blessed to be part of this community. The letter went on to say, Dog Mill has always been a place anyone can come and be welcomed with open arms, whether you came for a hot dog, steak and cheese, or a hot bowl of kale soup. Morego ended her letter by thanking her beloved community. Why is your dog mill closing? At the age of 18, Morego started working at her family's restaurant, Your Dog Mill, which was originally opened by her uncle John Faria in the South End on Cove and County Streets. In 1975, it was moved to its current location on Kempton Street. Many things have changed, but our love of food and family and friendship never have. She took ownership of the establishment from her uncle in 2000. After 24 years of working long hours, Morego is ready to retire. This decision was not easy for Morego, but her letter said, the time has come for me, Phil, to retire and spend my full time with my husband, Victor. I'm sad, of course. I've been here for 30 years, said waitress and niece Karen Furtado. But I know Phil needs a break. She has been working very hard for a very long time. Furtado fondly remembers the loyal patrons they would miss, noting that the family-owned business has become an extended family for many of its customers. We are all grateful for the community supporting us for so many years, said Furtado. We are all going to miss the friendly faces and friendships we have made with new and old customers. The side of her aunt's Snapple case is a homage to all the memories and relationships made over the years. Plord explained that it is covered in everything from joyous photos of good times to obituaries of the regulars they had the honor of serving. These pictures showcase all the wonderful relationships and memories she has made over the years, said Plord of her aunt. She has had an open door for everyone. When you walked in, you became family. Furtado noted how hard it will be to lose this staple as it officially closes its doors on December the 28th, 2024. It's irreplaceable, she said, but you know the saying, all good things must come to an end. And in our final front page story, Governor Healy welcomes new owners to St. Anne's Hospital. By Dan Medeiros, the Herald News, Fall River. With a quick 3 count and a flick of their wrists, Governor Maura Healey and Brown University Health CEO John Fernandez flipped a sign outside St. Anne's Hospital along South Main Street, covering the old Steward Healthcare logo with a sign for the hospital's new parent company. Switching owners from Steward to Brown has, in reality, been much more complicated than a simple logo switch. This was a crisis in Massachusetts, Healy said, but we showed what's possible when we work together as a team, when we work in partnership for a greater good. Speaking of bankrupt Steward and its CEO Ralph De La Torre, Healy added that we did something important and got a bad, unethical operator out of Massachusetts once and for all. Fernandez thanked the doctors, nurses, and other staff at St. Anne's who persevered through a very, very tough time. It's hard enough to deliver care, Fernandez said, flanked by state officials, local legislators, doctors and nurses, and other employees inside the facility. It's even harder under the circumstances that they were under. The finances of the Brown University Health deal. Rhode Island-based Brown University Health, then known as Lifespan, agreed in August to buy St. Anne's and Morton Hospital in Taunton for $175 million. The hospitals had been part of Steward Healthcare, the for-profit healthcare provider which abruptly announced bankruptcy in May, leaving in the lurch hospitals nationwide, including 8 in Massachusetts. In its bankruptcy filing, Steward revealed it owed money to more than 100,000 creditors in an amount ranging in the billions. The Healy administration moved to help new companies take over the bankrupt hospitals, with over $500 million of state money going to support operations over the next 3 years. When asked about the finances involved, Executive Office of Health and Human Services Secretary Kate Walsh would not give specifics. The finances are, we put the buying power of the state of Massachusetts behind the hospitals that needed to be in those communities, Walsh said. What happened to the other former Steward hospitals in Mass? Of the 8 former Steward hospitals, the state has helped 6 change hands. Besides St. Anne's and Morton, Good Samaritan in Brockton was sold to Boston Medical Center. Holy Family Hospitals in Haverhill and Methuen were sold to Lawrence General Hospital, and St. Elizabeth's Medical Center in Brighton was seized via eminent domain to be transferred to Boston Medical Center. Kearney Hospital in Dorchester and Neshoba Valley Medical Center in Ayer have both closed. Healy said saving St. Anne's and other former Steward hospitals statewide was a group effort involving advocacy from local and state officials and legislators and nonprofit buyers. There were Steward facilities in states around the country, but only in Massachusetts were we able to do what we did, which was to save hospitals, to protect jobs, and to protect the stability of the healthcare market and access to critically needed care, Healy said. That includes 1,500 jobs right here. St. Anne's workers and union chief are optimistic. Healy added that ridding the state of delator was a huge accomplishment for the state. We've got great operators who are here, befitting the work ethic and compassion and the care that our healthcare workforce brings every day, Healy said. St. Anne's employees said they were optimistic about the change in leadership. Erin Gary, who's been a nurse at St. Anne's for 27 years, said she was looking forward to working under Brown University Health. St. Anne's has a lot of heart, Gary said. We are a family and we have wonderfully dedicated employees here to take care of our community, our family, each other. Tim Foley, Executive Vice President of 1199 SEIU, the union representing many of the healthcare workers at St. Anne's, said that morale has improved at the hospital since Brown's takeover. He said Brown assumed most of the workers' existing collective bargaining agreement, though there were negotiations around certain details like health care and overtime. Foley said workers had to sacrifice in order to keep the hospital open. These are folks that have been dealing with the issues related to Stewart, not just when it was in the press and talked about publicly, but for a long time, Foley said. I think folks have been waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they feel like there's optimism that this is going to be a new day. Cornucopia, a symbol of Thanksgiving and more, by Christine Michaels, special to Fremont News Messenger USA Today Network. 3 symbols that make us think of Thanksgiving are pilgrims, turkeys, and the cornucopia. Everyone knows the history of the pilgrims, and turkey is always an important part of the holiday dinner, so what about the cornucopia? The name cornucopia is derived from 2 Latin words, cornu, which means horn, and copia, which means plenty or abundance. According to Greek mythology, Zeus was the king of the 12 Olympian gods. As a baby, Zeus was nursed by a goat, Amalthea, whose horn he accidentally broke off. According to the legend, the horn possessed divine power and provided unending nourishment. Zeus so appreciated the goat that he placed her in the sky as the constellation Capricorn, Latin for goat horn. The constellation is visible in the northern hemisphere between August and November. Consider viewing the constellation on Thanksgiving evening with your family. It could become another holiday tradition. Also called the Horn of Plenty, this curved container can be a hollow woven basket or made of ceramic. Representing abundance, it is filled with a variety of fruit, vegetables, nuts, fall leaves, and flowers that spill out onto the table. A collection of pumpkin, squash, Indian corn, apples, and flowers are always an inviting table decoration. Children are encouraged to color pictures of the cornucopia, which can then be proudly displayed on refrigerator door. Handcrafters also create cornucopias with modeling clay, ceramics, rope, and other materials. Bakers also lend their hand to designing cornucopia in the kitchen. My paternal grandmother put a lot of time and effort into making an intricate bread cornucopia one year. She always took great pride in setting a formal table, and that year she proudly placed the golden brown cornucopia on the table along with the turkey and the other traditional Thanksgiving dishes. My grandfather, never one to stand on ceremony, removed a portion of the cornucopia and buttered it. Use of the decorative Horn of Plenty is not limited to Thanksgiving in the United States. Fall harvest festivals and celebrations have crossed cultures and countries around the world. Use of the cornucopia in these celebrations dates back to the 5th century BC and remains significant today. My Canadian cousins celebrate their country's Thanksgiving on the second Monday of October. While early harvest celebrations were held by Native people, the Europeans introduced the cornucopia to North America. In Canada, the cornucopia is the second most recognized holiday symbol next to the turkey. In Germany, Thanksgiving is also held in October. Their cornucopia originated in pagan celebrations during which farmers filled goat horns with fruit, vegetables, and grain. The use of the cornucopia also is not limited to Thanksgiving. In Asia, large horn-shaped baskets are used for carry-in items. Cornucopias have appeared on early coins and currency and in famous statues, paintings, and other works of art. Even the state seals of Idaho and North Carolina include the cornucopia, and it is featured on the coat of arms in many countries. And in Coaston, cranberries take center stage at upcoming Tiverton Farmers Market by Christina Fonts, the Herald knows. Turkey might get all the hype around Thanksgiving, but it's also another food's time to shine, cranberries. The Tiverton Farmers Market will be paying tribute to the tart, versatile fruit at the annual Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market. Try different cranberry-infused goodies while also enjoying fresh produce from local farms, food from area vendors, and finding unique gifts for your holiday shopping list. There will be live music too. Get a jump on your holiday shopping. The market will offer an array of products that are sure to appeal to foodies of all kinds and palates. Here's what you need to know before you go to the Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market. When and where is the Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market? The Tiverton Farmers Market annual Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market will be held on Sunday, November 24th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tiverton Middle School, 10 Quintal Drive. What you will find at the Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market. Nestled in the heart of our beloved town, the Tiverton Farmers Market is more than just a place to shop. It's a hub of community spirit and local pride, a press release announcing the Cranberry Craze Farmers Market said. More than 45 vendors will gather to offer a variety of cranberry-infused treats, fresh produce, artisanal crafts, and unique gifts just in time to find something special for the holidays. There will be something for all foodies to enjoy with a selection of farm-fresh fruits and vegetables, seafood, meats, empanadas, baked goods, sausages, chocolates, popcorn, and even refreshing mocktails. Local creativity and craftsmanship will also be on display, with artisans offering pottery, candles, alpaca clothing, and paintings. You can even find something special for furry or feathery or scaly family members with pet-friendly gifts. There will also be live music to enjoy while you're shopping. Come and celebrate the spirit of the season with us, where every purchase supports our local community, the press release said. Is this a free event? This event is free to attend and will offer fun for the whole family. At the Tiverton Farmers Market, we take pride in providing a safe, engaging, and enjoyable environment where local residents and visitors can support our farmers, food entrepreneurs, artisans, and makers directly, the press release said. Join us in fostering a diverse and sustainable local economy, celebrating community connections, and embracing a vibrant local food culture. Are pets allowed? For the comfort and safety of everyone, only service animals are allowed in the school. For more information about the Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market. To learn more about the Thanksgiving Cranberry Craze Farmers Market, as well as the weekly Sunday market, visit www.tivertonfarmersmarket.com. This has been Susan reading to you from the New Bedford Standard Times. And again, today is Thursday, November the 21st.